So hey guys, I got a new monitor. Yeah, I know I just got one like 6 months ago, but I can't help it. So this one is actually a really cheap OLED I got on Shopee for just a little over 1,000. It's by Samsung. It's also Samsung Odyssey. So let's unbox this, shall we? It's a really big 27-inch. So as you can see here, there's a hole here. I think it got punched. It should still be fine though, I hope. So I'm gonna open this. So there you go. Actually, I did some research on this monitor. It has an anti-reflect matte coating, which actually spread out the light and then defeating the purpose of an OLED screen, which is black. Because when the light hits it, it will spread the light and it will just bring up the overall darkness. So if you're gonna get an OLED monitor, specifically this or with any anti-matte coating, I suggest you do some research and ensure your environment isn't bright. So actually it just opens like this. Quite big, honestly. It's really light too. I was told that OLED is really light, so yeah, that's true. And we got the WESA mount. These 4 holes. Because the stand is actually super cheap, so you might want to invest in a WESA mount, which is also not expensive, so that will work. The I/O is quite simple, just HDMI, DisplayPort, USB just for updating the firmware or software in this monitor, and the power. This one is just audio jack. You can use audio jack from here. This is the mount. You can see it has an anti-matte coating. Most OLED display uses glossy like this because they want to ensure that no light is spread. We got the mount here. Wow, the mount is quite heavy actually. It's way heavier than I thought. Oh no, this is a charger. Come on, who needs to read instructions? Come on. This is a base plate. It's big enough so it works. And you have a little G-Sync here, NVIDIA G-Sync. Thumb screw so you can just twist it yourself. Rubber fits. I mean, it's a cheap mount, so what did you expect? So you just slot in like that and then twist, I assume. Yep. And I think you can just only tilt up and down the cable management where you just slot it through here. So OLED panels are really thin, by the way. Like, this is how thin they are. It's crazy, honestly. Oh, what the hell? You need to tear this actually. The design you need to tear, so I don't know what's the point of the tape. The laptop charger. Funny. Looks like a laptop charger. This is unique. Cable feels decent. Quite thin though. Some warnings and guides. Who needs that? Oh, that's nice. They provide you with the DisplayPort cable and the HDMI, so you can just use either one. So as I mentioned, it has lights. What the? Hey, it's also a fingerprint magnet. See? Yeah, I need to hold it. What makes this perfect is that my laptop is also an OLED, so we can actually test them out properly. Quite old laptop with OLED, so it's certainly saturated, but it's not as sharp as you would think. So let's see here. See how you can see the pixel very sharp on this, but on this sharpness, let's see if we increase it to the max. Will it? Okay. So after some testing, I found out the actual root cause was because I was mirroring the laptop screen. So you should set the Samsung display in its native resolution, which is 2K. Just extend your screen in the Windows settings and it will be fixed and it will be sharp. If I unpeel this, let's see. Well, it's technically better because it doesn't have the reflection anymore. Oh, I can smell the smell of this. Let me just turn off the screen. You can see the sharp sparkles versus this one. This is the anti-reflective coating. See how edges is just dark? Whereas here you can see the coating. See this line because of the light. Yeah, outside is quite bright after all. So yeah, let's bring this indoor and we'll continue. So now we are indoors. You can see it's way darker now. So this is what I mean by if you're in darker room, then yeah. So it's quite dark actually, if you didn't know. My actual eye sees it like this, but for the camera's sake, I'm gonna boost it up higher so you guys can see it. It's quite bright right now. And this is the laptop. So as you can see, blacks are fully blacks, like this one. So it is fully black. And do another test, white. This one is to see any dead pixel or what, stuck defective pixel. So let me just take a closer look. It's good. Blacks are all blacks. That's correct, that's right. Okay, here's another thing. So I have a little lamp here, so if I turn it on, you can see like it's not fully black now, right? Compared to this is still fully black. So this is what they mean by the anti-reflective coating. You can see some faint. It's not really a big issue for this kind of environment, but if you have directly behind you is a window, so let's say your monitor is here and the windows is directly reflected, then yeah, you're not going to have a good time. So that means we turn back off the lights. So far, no defective pixels. That's good. Uniform, yep. Uniform. I do see bending here. I do also see bending here. Bending just means like the individual lines here. Not sure if the camera can pick it up, but you can see the individual pixel lines. Okay, so here's the thing. See how you can see a light purple line just right here? That don't exist here on the laptop. So it definitely have the fringing. That one, I'm not sure. You can actually see them purple line, purple line, purple line. Super macro. So let me just bring up. See how the screen, my phone can see the purple line on this black. This is the Samsung monitor. You can see it. This is the pixel layout. So it's all blue red, and that's what's causing the purple line. Whereas this is the laptop one. See how they are different? The red is actually aligned vertically, whereas this red is aligned horizontally. So you can see red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. There's no green here. While here you can actually see is red, red, and then dark blue, dark blue. So that's what's causing the purple line you're seeing. So yeah, the way they align the pixel is just fundamentally different from the laptop and the monitor, the Samsung monitor. That's why you will see the purple fringing. It can be annoying because I'm actually seeing it everywhere here. So if you check, if I'm going to zoom in and edit, but you can see like all the blacks have just the little lines of purple. So I'm gonna see what I can do about it, but I don't think there's much you can do because it's just a fundamental technology how it works. Okay, that's a little bit misleading. You can actually do something about it, even though it's how the underlying technology works, but it's also a well-known issue. So if you just check this online article, they are documenting it. GitHub also has people, as you can see, there are fixes and also discussion here. So I'll link all of them down in the video description for all this, so you can also do more research for yourself. And also, personally for me, I'm using MacType, MacType, just to change the system font. So it basically just update all the system text to reduce that. So as you can see, it actually is working pretty decent, I think. You don't see any glare. But for some others, they might want it to be the whole screen itself. So like even the video watches, not just text. For me, my fix is just for the text. So if you have such a monitor, you can maybe try all these fixes. I'll link them below. And let's get back to the video. So yeah. And then this one is the... is it brighter than my laptop? My laptop is on... No, my laptop is brighter than it. Now that's quite funny. And yeah, I would say this is decent. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised that it's not horrendous. I was expecting it to be bad. So let me just see. So this is with the bigger text. Oh yeah, this is a 2K display by the way. So advanced display, right now it's running 8-bit only by the way. It's running 144Hz. You can overclock to 180Hz by using DisplayPort if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, right now it's just 2K 144Hz. So I mean, I can move the camera with it. You can see the wobbly, right? Camera you see that, but in real life I don't see. I do see the choppiness, but that might just be the rendering issue. So this one is my old monitor. This one is the new. Look, like the gray, the black. What the hell? I am actually shocked at how washed out this look right now. What the heck? See, all black, gray. You can see, like if you just see you can tell this color than the black is not the same. The hell? Right, it's even more obvious here. Just gray, and then here it's just black. God. I mean, I have an OLED laptop, but still I am actually quite shocked by this. This run 10 bits, just so you know. This is also running 10 bits. This one is OLED. This one isn't. I did some color tinkering to make it match my laptop OLED, so it's probably at the best that it's at right now. See, like, you can see how different it is. My mouse there though. Why is the cursor there? The right. Like, look, they both look so different. This just look washed out. What the hell? This one look like it actually has life in it. Look at the colors. Man, I think for like my desktop experience, I cannot go back to a non-OLED screen. Look at the gray, just noise there, and then now it's the actual. Okay, great timing. So you might be wondering, why do I have this shot? That's perfect, because I've been using this setup for almost 2 weeks, but yeah. So far my experience with it is pretty decent. The monitor, it has really nice blacks. It's just pure black, provided that you're not in a bright room. For example, like mine right now, it's actually pretty decent. You shouldn't have much light in your room, especially behind the monitor.
For example, my backwards is just nothing, so it's good. You can have indirect lighting towards the monitor and it should be fine in general, but just make sure your environment isn't really bright, because if it's bright, it will, no matter how, bring up the darkness of the monitor itself. But yeah, few comments about this monitor. If you want to use this monitor mainly for text processing, so you'll be reading a lot of text documentations, everything, I suggest you dip away as far as away possible from this monitor. It is not designed for that. The pixel layout is quite different than the normal LCD or IPS and others normal panels that we're used to. So if you look directly at the text, you will see some effect which is fringing in the text or in some elements. So basically white text behind black backgrounds will have the fringing. So it comes in usually two types. One is green fringing and another one is purple fringing. They can be annoying. They are annoying. So if you're using this for gaming, then you shouldn't have much issue. But if you want to read a lot of text and documents, Excel sheet, or anything that has a really vivid contrast between white and black, then you want to avoid this monitor as much as possible. Also, if you are using in a bright environment, right now I'm using it as a moderate. I'll usually use it much dimmer than right now, but point still stands. Another thing is that the monitor is not bright at all. It is not that bright. It's compared to my laptop, the screen is dimmer than my laptop at its max brightness, with brightness, contrast, everything turned up to the max. So keep that in mind. Though this is the 2K monitor, that one is just 1080. And another few things I would like to address is the pixel shift. So OLED monitors and others do this thing where they will shift the screen, so they'll have a empty pixel that is not used, and then during few maybe like every 10 minutes it will shift each one by one pixel. This is to reduce the burn-in, so OLED monitor can burn in quite easily if it's displaying the same thing 24/7. So they have this pixel shift to just shift it so it doesn't keep displaying it. So it's quite noticeable with this screen. You will 100% notice it, but it's up to you whether or not you will feel annoyed by it. During this editing, I already noticed it like 4 or 5 times. When I was watching movie, not that much, so kinda depends. That's all for this part, so I think we should get back to the video, shall we?
Interested in my configuration, I have done everything. So this is the current and obviously the settings are now, so this is the Odyssey configuration.